Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
And indeed, good morning to you wherever you are. Welcome to a brand new week. Most of all, welcome to today. Today is Monday, the 14th of April 2025. I'm Pearson Bowen. So wonderful having you company. Thank you for waking up to keep us company indeed. And to all of you watching across the globe, wherever you are, be it here or there, thank you for watching us on our streams on YouTube, Facebook, and on our website, cbc.bb. As always, we're grateful for your company. Remember always to interact between yourselves, but interact with us as well. And we love it when you talk back to us. So a very good morning wherever you are. Morning has truly broken. And it's like the first morning because it's fresh, absolutely fresh. So wake up indeed and enjoy the freshness of the early morning breeze wherever you are. Also, if you know of something or someone which you think we need to share with the rest of the world on Morning Barbados, drop us an email. The email address is on your screen. It's morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And as always, thank you for partnering with us to keep us going. And we're really appreciative of all of the tips that you give to us indeed. So to you, as always, first off the block, Patricia Ben, good morning. Have yourself a lovely day. She says the same to our production crew. Our little crew says thank you. We wish you the very same. Slender Glenda, good morning as well. She's saying good morning to Patricia too. And yes, it is Holy Week indeed. I hope a number of you had a chance yesterday to attend church and worship on Palm Sunday. And if you did, what was that experience like for you? Are you paying greater attention to your own spirituality this week? And so hopefully this week we'll continue our discussion on that as well. Vereen Walker, good morning to you as well. She's saying happy Monday to all of the team, indeed, wherever we are. And to Estelita Pyle, good morning. Thank you. She's wishing all of you a lovely today as well. To all of her amazing friends. Her word, she wants to wish all of you a great today too. And so do we. So do we indeed. And so, if on Saturday you sat before your screen or you were in any of the congregations of the Jehovah's Witnesses, I hope you enjoy the memorial as well. There's a lot to learn. So go on to jw.org, take your time, read, browse, answer some of the questions which you have that are burning your spirituality. So get to know it all, jw.org. Now, today is the 14th. Today kicks off the season of Emancipation. Today kicks off that live reenactment of the 1816 rebellion at the Golden Grove Plantation in St. Philip. Do you plan to be there? I hope you do, because while you're there, you are taken back in time. You see almost like in real time just how the uprising unfolded and what it really meant to us as a people in Barbados, indeed, to have done what we did. And so our foreparents will be displayed to you live in living color this evening from 6:30 at the Golden Grove Plantation in St. Philip. We're encouraging all of you, as many of you as possible, to be there to witness the live reenactment of the 1816 rebellion and the players, the names, the people, lest we forget. And so that kicks off our season of Emancipation this evening. So if you're there, good for you. If you're not going to be there, maybe next time around, but get involved in all of the season of Emancipation events indeed. And remember, there's a little room at the Golden Grove Plantation where you can take a tour through the room and you see in pictorial form our history. So that's a very, very important event for you to engage in as well. I continue to wear my wristband as I stand in support of Autism Awareness Month, and I want to remind you of that event coming up 2 weeks from now, Monday the 20th, National Heroes Day, when they're having their Autism Hero Fun and Wellness Walk and Cool Down Fair. You don't need to register, you just need to purchase a shirt. That is your registration alone. So shirts for adults are $35, for children it's $25, but it all starts right there at the Disabilities Unit on Cullimore Rock. They want you to come on down from 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a nice, cool, early morning walk for Heroes Day. It's at the National Disabilities Unit at Lower Cullimore Rock. There's the cultural cardio starting with Spinny. That is at 8:30. So right after the walk, you have Spinny cooling you down at 8:30. There's a cool down zone fair, children's zone, autism specialist, food on sale, natural products, and autism-friendly items on sale as well. So all of that for you. So I want to encourage you to continue lending your support to the Autism Association of Barbados as they continue to raise awareness awareness about the condition known as autism so that we as a people can be a whole lot more sensitive to others who are living with the condition known as autism and parents of children who have autism as well, because sometimes our own insensitivity makes it difficult for that parent as well. So now you know better, we are expected to do better because knowledge holds us accountable. Now, I have an outstanding riddle. I gave you a whole weekend to resolve this riddle. That riddle, time for you to wake up your brain and get to calling me on 228-5562 or 228-5563 is, how do you spell cow in 13 letters? How do you spell cow in 13 letters? It is easy for real. Seriously. How do you spell cow, C-O-W, in 13 letters? 228-5562 or 228-5563. Those are the numbers to C-A-L-L now, N-O-W. Call me right now and let me know how to spell cow using 13 letters. In 13 letters, it is possible. Trust me, it truly is. So 228-5562 or 228-5563. Interrupt me anytime. Now, the Ministry of Educational Transformation and the Barbados Library Service have come together to launch an initiative called, well, they launched it recently, the second edition of the initiative called Make a Book. Who's it for? And how can you be a part of it? Indeed, there are some wonderful prizes to be won by our children. So let's learn more about that in just a little while. If health is your passion and you want to do something about it, maybe a study in medicine is what you need to do at the Faculty of Medical Sciences at the University of the West Indies. They're having their taster session on Thursday. And so some of them from that faculty will join us this morning to explain to us what one can expect when one follows a course in medical sciences and what are the areas that they're truly offering to all of us as specialties and a whole lot more. Now, can Bajans work in Japan? For real, can Bajans work in Japan? Can you take the climate? Yes, they can. And so this morning we'll meet three of them, or a number of them really, who have chosen Japan to be their place of work and living. And you ask the question, why? How are they managing the language barrier? All of those kinds of things we'll get to know more about, plus the food. Boy, oh boy, can't wait to talk to him about that. Now, the adventures continue in St. Joseph this month as we continue to gather there as part of Regathering 2025. And so we want to know what we can expect this week and a little bit more perhaps about the marquee event which is coming up at the weekend as well. The Barbados Fire Service continues to mark its 70th anniversary with a number of activities. And so there's one coming up shortly, which we shall share with you the information about in just a little while. And Margaret Grant will join us today as we continue our journey leading up to the 11 plus. Today we want to look at promoting healthy routines. So a lot to look forward to this morning, but I'm waiting on your call, 228-5562 or 228-5563. Tell me, how do you spell cow in 13 letters? Seriously, how do you do it? Is it possible? It is possible. But how do you spell cow in 13 letters? That is my challenge to you today. So if you accept the challenge, you shall give me a call on 228-5562. If you don't accept the challenge, you'll just wait for the answer, right? And I promise you I'll be nice today. After all, it's Holy Week. Yeah, I like that. It's Holy Week, so I promise you to be nice today. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Remember, Thursday is Monday, Thursday, and churches will be opened. And on Friday, it's Good Friday. Then there's Easter Saturday and Easter Sunday. And that's the day when our Lord was risen from the dead. So this is a very important week in the Christian church. And so we want to encourage you to, every night, where possible, find your space in the pews and get to know more about your spiritual journey. All right, so while I wait on your calls, let me introduce you to our first guest this morning, who is a part of this Make a Book project. His name is Curtis Padmore, and he's a team lead with this effort. Curtis, good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson, and good morning, Barbados.
I like your shirt.
I like your shirt too.
Thank you very much. Good eyes you have, indeed. So Curtis, here we are. We're now in the second edition of this Make a Book project. First of all, what is the project about?
Well, literally, no pun intended, the project involves making books. So the Make a Book project, and in fact, if children go to themakeabookproject.com, you can see our image broadcasting all of our partners, and it's a clickable image. You can go straight to our forum. But the project involves allowing children to select the topics or composition stories of our sponsors, which we'll touch on as well. And then they write compositions between 200 to 300 words. It's available for children 8 to 11 years old. And then they submit those compositions, and we select a winner for each category. And we make that winning composition a beautifully illustrated children's storybook that resides with the National Library Service for the end of time, until the end of time.
Let's give people a sense of what it was like in the first iteration. Take a look at this, folks, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Kids across Barbados, it's your time. Stories from your hearts, let your words shine. Write your tale, adventure waits for you. Your imagination making dreams come true. Make a book, share your story. Read it loud, read it proud. Inspire more. Make a book, feel the glory. Turning children's words into books galore. From your classroom straight to the library shelf, express your creativity, believe in yourself. Pen to paper, let your stories flow. Building pride and literacy, watch us grow. Make a book, share your story. Read it loud, read it proud. Inspire more. Make a book, feel the glory. Turning children's words into books galore.
No, that's beautiful. That is truly beautiful. What you saw there are books written and later illustrated by Barbadians, and written by Barbadian children. And that's what this project is all about. So you're targeting children between the ages of 8 and 11. So we're talking primary school students here.
That is correct, absolutely. And we really believe that writing should be very much experiential. And the project like this crosses into social studies as well, as the children are encouraged to learn about our sponsors' organizations. And it encourages them to do some research and imagine and then write. And I think the beauty about the project is that what is being written gets to be read by other children across the island.
Lovely. And the illustrations were done here as well by local artists.
Yes, and actually I think this is possibly the first project to be really powered by artificial intelligence. So the artists themselves are really software developers. I have a software development firm. In fact, I literally, sorry to use that word twice now, resigned from my role with a US AI company in February. And my official last day was March 14th to transition into managing this project as well as other AI projects. So the AI generation is used to first assess our winners and also to do image generation. In order to be efficient and stick to our tight deadlines, it'd be very difficult to have a large team. It wouldn't be as viable. But we've got a small core software development team that we're using to make this possible.
You use the word deadline. So what's the deadline for submissions for this Make a Book competition?
So this iteration, we've got Wednesday as our final deadline. So between today and Wednesday, Wednesday midnight, we would encourage all of the children, teachers and parents to try to submit before Wednesday, because you tend to see a last minute rush on submission day. And this project is really made possible by all of our sponsors. And I love to give them the flowers as well. We've got tremendous government partners in terms of the National Library Service, the Division and the Division of Culture, the Ministry of Educational Transformation. And we do have our organizational sponsors, the Barbados Alzheimer's Association, the Barbados Chamber of Commerce, the Barbados Bankers Association, the Barbados Muslim Association, the Barbados National Standards Institution, Barbados National Energy Company Limited, formerly Barbados National Oil Company Limited, the Barbados Nurses Association, the Barbados Workers Union, Bureau of Gender Affairs, Central Bank of Barbados, Checker Foundation, they manage Hunt's Gardens, Cricket Legends of Barbados, Grand Adams International Airport, National Wellbeing and HIV Commission, United Nations Children Fund, Walker's Institute of Regenerative Research, Education and Design, and the Youth Entrepreneurship Scheme. 17 sponsor partners. And we also have a few contributing sponsors: Fusions Boutique, the New Look Company, and CBC Caribbean.
And so with those partners that you have, the children are encouraged to do some research on them,
on the organizational
and then
partners,
write stories out of theirs, what they've researched.
Correct. So all the stories for our organizational partners all align to their mandate and vision and theme, so that they're full alignment. So for example, the Barbados Bankers Association would have the piggy bank adventure. For the Walker's Institute for Regenerative Research, Education, Design, we have a story about farming. So all of the stories align.
Right. So each organization has its own focus, its theme,
Exactly.
and the children will write on that.
Exactly.
And they have until Wednesday midnight, this Wednesday midnight, to submit their submissions.
Correct.
And thereafter, then a determination will be made, and you have winners in each category, from each of those sponsors.
Absolutely. So we will have our software do the analysis and ranking, and we select the top 5. And then our sponsors get to select our recommended winner. We will recommend the winner. The sponsor gets to agree, or they can select another winner from the top 5. Then we reach out and we announce our winners on April 23rd, which exactly is a special day. It's the World Copyright and Book Day.
World Copyright and Book Day on the 23rd is when we hear who has won in each category from each sponsor. And so how do you know that this child did not cheat?
Right, so that's a very good question. I'm glad you mentioned that. So the use of artificial intelligence is, of course, used for almost any use case. So we actually have AI software being built in to analyze to see if there's AI being used. So we are screening, and we will be removing any applications that have used AI extensively.
When you looked at last year's entries, how many were there, first of all, and what do you expect for this year?
Last year, I think we had about 30, but we worked very much internally with the library at the library summer camp. So we selected 12 books out of the 30 submissions, and then it was a slightly different process, a little more hands-on. And each iteration, we expect to have more and more automation so we can scale and be more efficient.
And so you're scaling up this year. Hopefully we get more than 30 as we got last year. So we want to encourage all of you parents to allow your children to explore a little bit more. Talk to those organizations which we've listed on your screen and we listed through the voice of Mr. Padmore, and do their research. Look at the theme, and they will write on that theme as well. And how many words would you want in this composition? They'll think of it as a composition.
Great question. All the composition rules are all on the form, but 200 to 300 words.
Okay. 200 to 300 words.
Correct.
And any child can write answer between the age of 8 to 11.
Exactly.
In terms of registering and getting my entry in, how do I do that?
Oh, we've got it fully automated online. So we've got the online form. You just have to click, and you can fill out the form and then submit. You can write your composition. We ask that parents and teachers help the child to convert it to just a Word or text file and upload it into the form, and that's it. The magic will happen from there.
Magic. But do I need parental consent?
Of course, parent or teacher or guardian.
So a parent, teacher, or guardian who gives consent, and you're good to go. But since I'm using technology and uploading, unless I have a digital signature, would it matter if I don't have a digital signature?
You just need any device. Could be a tablet, could be a computer, could even be a phone. We are flexible.
You're fine.
Yeah.
So I can just simply write, I am Pearson Bowen. I've consented that this child has been able to blah, blah, blah.
Correct. We'll be able to fact check and verify.
Okay, good. So that's what they'll do. And at the end of it all, we're winning some wonderful prizes. Apart from that, we're also having a book published. And you become a published author of a book.
That is correct. There's a $200 cash prize. We're also working on some additional special additions to that prize. And every winner gets a wonderfully illustrated book to reside with the library until the end of time. I think it's a beautiful thing because the cycle of life, a child can become a parent one day, and they could take that same book that they wrote as a child and read it to their own child.
Yeah, I mean, you get bragging rights too.
Yeah, exactly.
Who doesn't love that?
Exactly.
A little bit of bragging rights. And so you have until Wednesday, children and parents, to get your submissions in online. The website to go to is
literally themakeabookproject.com.
Themakeabookproject.com. THEMAKEABOOKPROJECT.com.
Very good.
Yeah, you just taxed me there for a little bit in the morning. But, that's where you go. And when you do, you're uploading your child's composition along with your consent and fill out the form so we know exactly who you are and how to contact you. Because good luck to all of you. You're winners already by taking this chance to write. But most of all, we want to reward you with some outstanding prizes as well. And a book that will last a lifetime with your name as the author on it. And so this is important, folks. Again, between 8 and 11, all primary schools, you're encouraged to reach out to those little ones who are on holiday at the moment. Yes, but your star student, so to speak, who's really, really good at compositions. encourage them to do so quickly, because they have until Wednesday to get their entry in, and then thereafter they just wait until they receive their call to tell them how really excellent they truly are. And so we want to look at the screen, as you just did in just a moment ago, and see those sponsors, those people right there: Chaka Foundation, BCCI, the National Wellbeing and HIV Commission, UNICEF, BNSI, the BWU, don't know that little one in the circle, and on and on. But they're all there. Those are the ones that you just go to their websites and you see what their particular theme is for this book project, and you write on that. Use your imagination, use your creativity, just broaden your imagination on this whole thing. At the end of it, we're using it, and it will be illustrated, and a book prepared to do so indeed. And so, Mr. Padmore, this is a fantastic project, I believe.
Thank you.
And what do you want out of this? What do you think we can earn and gain from this experience?
Well, the project was really born out of the challenges around COVID and how it impacted literacy. So the real focus is to see our literacy benefit, as the children need to be inspired to read and write more.
They need to learn to be encouraged to read and write more.
Yes.
Reading is one thing, but comprehension thereafter is one thing. But then writing is also how you expose and explain yourself, your thoughts. Don't just retain them inside, write them, pour them onto paper, and submit your entry. Indeed, this is really good. Wednesday's your deadline, folks. Children, Wednesday's your deadline. Don't panic. Don't panic. But if you're really good at this, just go to those websites and check out what's happening. Then you go to themakeabookproject.com and you submit your entry with your consent, parents or guardians or teachers indeed, or caregivers, and let that child really begin their dream, their journey towards becoming a published author. And so, Mr. Padmore, I want to thank you for joining us this morning. Is there anything I forgot to mention?
You did very well. Just one last thing, that we will have a culmination ceremony to celebrate our winners in May, and that will be another special week as we celebrate children's books in that week.
Right. So 23rd is the deadline to hear. You will hear then on the 23rd whether you've received the big top prize or not, or whether your book will be published. And in May, that ceremony will obtain and develop. But you'll keep us in touch.
Of course.
Right, good. Updates are coming, so stick around. Mornin Barbados comes right back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the result.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's 24 minutes after 6 o'clock. I have a question outstanding. I know Ro will come in here to flip that screen for me. The question still is, how do you spell C-O-W in 13 letters? How do you spell C-O-W in 13 letters? We have a call, I believe. Good morning. Hello.
Hi,
Hi, who's this calling?
Haley Seeley.
Hello, Haley Seeley. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well, thank you for asking. How old are you?
11.
Oh, you're just a year older than me. Haley, what are you laughing at? What are you laughing at?
You.
You find it impossible to believe that I would just be a year younger than you?
Yes.
Why? Because my face is so old, right?
Yeah.
Haley, you're not supposed to say yes to that question. What school do you go to, Haley?
People's Cathedral Primary School.
All right, well done. So you're preparing for the 11 plus.
Yes, please.
Are you confident about your preparation?
Yes, please.
Really now? What's your favorite subject? Is it English or mathematics?
English.
Oh, great. What's the past tense of past tense?
Pardon?
I would have said the same thing to Haley. All right, no problem, Haley. So do you think you know the answer for me?
Yes, please.
Then do it for me. What's the answer?
SEEODOUBLEYOU.
And you're convinced that's the answer?
Yes, please.
What makes you so convinced that's the answer?
Because it's
I'm listening to you.
you have to spell out the word COW.
I know. And those are the 13 letters that you went for?
Yes, please.
Did you think this up in your head, or did you go online in search of an answer?
In my head.
Seriously, Haley?
Yes, please.
For real?
Yes, please.
You didn't have any help from anyone?
No, please.
Haley, you're absolutely right. I am so impressed by you. Well done, Haley.
Thank
You're great.
you.
COW is SEEOW. Well done, Haley. Thank you very much. All right, all the best with your exam coming up. She says thank you, I'm sure. Well done, Haley. Thank you very much indeed. We have a little genius in the house. She's from the People's Cathedral. She actually resolved the matter that all of you adults found so puzzling. So well done to little 11-year-old Haley, who's enjoying her vacation. Good for you. I can't wait for mine indeed. Thank you for the drum roll. All right, let's turn our attention now to the Faculty of Medical Sciences at the University of the West Indies Cayfield campus. And right away I know you're thinking, but that's just for a few of them, not average people. But you could very well be wrong. You know, you have to have not just a passion, but a certain mindset for medicine, I believe. I could be wrong, but Dr. Damien Cohall, he's the Dean of the Faculty. He's brought along with him a couple students, who is Rashad Tate. He is also the Community Health Officer in the Medical Students Association, and the President herself is with me as well, Akila Thomas, and also a student. Good morning, Dr. Cohall.
Morning, Pearson. Morning, Barbados.
So does it take a special kind of person to be in medical sciences?
No, not exactly, and that's one of the myths that we're going to demystify this morning in our presentation, where I'll be sharing a little bit about the faculty, some of the programs that we offer, and some very interesting areas that we are trying to take Barbados, fast forward into.
So there are 3 bullet points.
That's
How
right.
about the faculty?
Yes.
Some of the areas they're going and what it takes to take Barbados forward. So,
There
faculty.
you go. So let's start with the faculty. So the Faculty of Medical Sciences, it is the oldest, but kid you not, the most dynamic faculty.
You say so.
That's right. And resonating with our theme for this week, this open week, which is modernizing health sciences through innovation, we want to show Barbados and the region just how dynamic we are. So apart from being the oldest faculty, when the University of West Indies started in 1948, the medical degree was actually the first degree that was delivered through then the college, the West Indies College, which was a satellite site of the University of London. But subsequent to then, we have had an expansion from the site where it started in Jamaica, right through the Eastern Caribbean, in Trinidad, Barbados, all the way up to Nassau. So we have 3 full faculties of medical sciences, and in Barbados we have one of those faculties, possibly the best faculty of them all. Right. So at Cayville we have 2 departments. We have the Department of Preclinical and Health Sciences, and we also have the Department of Clinical Sciences. In the Department of Preclinical and Health Sciences, we not only offer the undergraduate medical degree program, but we also have human nutrition and dietetics. We also have a preclinical sciences degree program, which shows how innovative we are. Because with the BSc Preclinical Sciences degree program, that is a program that is articulated with an MB-CHB degree from the University of Ghana in West Africa. So Barbadian students and Barbadian applicants, African applicants can apply to that degree program, where they'll do the first 3 years in Barbados and then do the latter 3 years of that program in West Africa, Ghana. All right, South-to-South partnerships, and of course exposing our students to various cultures as they learn this very important program. Apart from that, we also offer postgraduate programs in the Department of Preclinical Sciences. So we have postgraduate training in public health, nursing, we have research degree programs in the basic sciences. In the clinical department, which is geographically separate from what you'll find at the Cayville site, we offer the last 2 years of the MBBS degree and our very important postgraduate training in the medical and surgical disciplines, and that is where we produce the pediatricians, the surgeons, the internists, etc.
Okay, and that's good, because oftentimes you hear medical sciences and you want to go study this and you're thinking of becoming a doctor alone, but you can actually be in the health services.
That's right.
Without necessarily having the DR or PhD or whatever at the end of your name. And so that's good to know. So if you have a passion for health services, this is where you also come to the Faculty of Medical Sciences at the UWI. Where are we going with medicine in the Caribbean in particular?
Well, you know, again, resonating with our theme, we're using innovation and opportunities to create a culture that would allow for that innovation or the ideas that drive innovation to flourish. So in my capacity of dean, I'm also co-chair of IDB lab-funded Future Barbados program, which is embedded in the Prime Minister's office currently, which is looking at transforming Barbados into that digital health ecosystem that is really required to move healthcare forward. And some of the things that we're doing in the Faculty of Medical Sciences to facilitate that is that we are looking at our curriculum for medicine, human nutrition, dietetics, our health science programs, all our programs. And we're ensuring that we integrate health technology as a part of those programs so that we can create the workforce that is really required to drive Barbados and the Caribbean in that direction.
When you say health technology, what do you mean? AI? Do you mean robotics? What do you mean?
So, you know, every time, you know, one mentions the word technology, one starts to think, you know, engineering, you know, artificial intelligence. But technology is essentially a way of doing things. It may include mechanics, but it could also include thought. And we want our students to be thinkers, to be ideators, persons with good ideas and mobilizing those ideas. So within a health tech ecosystem, you're going to have priority areas, for example, R&D in biotechnology that could drive health. But we also want to look at artificial intelligence. We want to look at the mechanics. We want to look at digital health and how we utilize that digital platform to mobilize health policy, mobilize research, mobilize how we care for people within the public domain.
It's quite extensive indeed in the Faculty of Medical Sciences. And so Rashad, Dean talked about wanting thinkers and stuff. Why did you choose medical sciences, and what are you doing in that division?
So I'd say for me, many things push you into the direction of a degree, whether it's a positive or a negative experience. And I would have had a traumatic experience actually, which pushed me in that direction. And the passion for medicine has been lit since then until now. I find myself not wanting to do anything else, actually. Each journey is different. For myself, I would have obtained a first degree in the same Faculty of Medical Sciences, so I have a Bachelor of Health Sciences, and then I pivoted into the MBBS program.
And so far, so good?
So far, so good.
Is it intensive?
It's not a Grey's Anatomy episode, so I can say that. It comes with its challenges, but at the end of the day, the faculty brought me a great cohort of friends. The faculty and the technical staff have a listening ear. You know, they go above and beyond for you, giving you that additional assistance when needed. They're there for us, and that's something that we can boast about at Cave Hill. You know, even our lecturers having these diverse backgrounds, we can boast about that as well, giving us a well-rounded experience. Yeah, so
you're happy. You're happy.
Very much so.
Akila, what about you? How long have you been doing your course of study now?
So I've just completed my third year successfully, so I can now say I'm a fourth-year medical student.
Well done.
So
how many more years do you have?
So it's, well, starting fourth year will be 2 more years, so I graduate in 2027.
Can't wait, no?
Yes.
Yes.
So
far so good for you.
Yes, so far
but you
so
also lead the Medical Students Association.
Yes, please.
What are you expected to do with this association?
Okay, so sitting as the president of the Medical Students Association and also the Faculty of Medical Sciences representative on the Guild of Students. So this is a student-led organization within the faculty which deals with the activities of the students. So this could be recreational, academic, and more importantly, our community outreach and our health advocacy projects as well. So we lead and organize and execute all of these activities as well.
Because it's important to have balance.
Yes, please, very much so.
Rashad totally agrees with you. Because what you guys have explained to me sounds so intense, for real, that it consumes a lot of your time, but it consumes a lot of your brain power. And I keep wondering all the time, really, I'll find the time. And, you know, I have a niece, about some nieces who are in the medical profession, so I know, I see how it drains on them sometimes, but you guys are healthy. You look quite content indeed, and that's good. And so the balance is important, Dr. Kohal, that students are able to strike that balance so that they themselves are able to do what you want them to do as medical practitioners.
Agreed. And just to say a little bit more about that person, it's really the academic environment that we inculcate within the Faculty of Medical Sciences. Yes, we want our students to be, to do well academically, but we also want them to focus on non-academic things that help to build up the common life. So in medicine and health-related programs, there's a commitment to service, not only to self, but to the community. And both faculty and students, they're quite off in that area. And let's talk about our staff. Our staff, they're committed to give public service. So our staff members, you will find them on the Medical Council. You will also find them on the NCD Commission. Our head of department, Clinical Sciences, Dr. Paula Lashley, she's actually the chairperson of the Board of Trustees of the Diabetes Foundation of Barbados. So our staff are expected to give back to the community, and our students have also taken up that mandate, because you will see our students being health ambassadors, health advocates, Heart and Stroke Foundation, and the same Diabetes Foundation, Cancer Foundation, and they do quite a bit of advocacy work. And I can bet you, at any health fair across Barbados, you will find the Medical Students Association, where students are giving back to the community, doing health checks, and giving advice under the supervision of a registered physician, of course, about one's health.
That's great. I know you have a taster coming up on Thursday.
Yes.
What a day to have a taster session on Monday, Thursday. And so talk to me about what we can expect and where can we come to taste what's in the Faculty of Medical Sciences.
Well, you come right to home in the faculty, on Thursday within our medical laboratory and teaching complex, where we will have a MSc-led taster session. It's probably best to hear about our medical degree program and all the programs that we have in the Faculty of Medical Sciences from our students. So they're the ones who are planning, and they're the ones who will be presenting not only to prospective applicants but also to parents, because as a parent or a well-wisher, you may want to know about what is expected. We hear that medicine and other degree programs are so difficult. 5 years to study medicine, 3.5 years for some programs. You really want to know what is really involved. You want to know about the support systems that we have in the faculty, and I can brag on national TV to say that we have one of the best support systems for our students in the Faculty of Medical Sciences. We see them through from the start to the end of the program, and our primary aim is student success.
I love the way this faculty is complete. It is beautiful to behold indeed. And so as students, you guys are ready for Thursday, right? And so as people come, you'll be there to answer their questions, to guide the prospective students who are thinking of medical sciences through the process to be able to sign up for these courses as well. I like this. I really like this. I wish you all well. I have to leave it there. The propeller is going for me.
Yes.
But thank you so very much, Dr. Kohal. Good to see you again.
Yes.
Rashad and Akila, students of medical sciences indeed. I wish you well with your outcomes as well. So all the best to you indeed. I can't wait. I don't want to be in your office necessarily, but I can't wait to see that your practices are successful indeed.
And if I was just to say one more thing about the faculty, it's really just to inform Barbados about two important events that are coming up.
What's that?
One, we have the CARFA conference, which is the Caribbean Public Agency Conference, which is coming to Barbados. And the Faculty of Medical Sciences is partnering with CARFA for the execution of this conference. So the conference is between May 7th to the 9th. And interestingly, the other second important event that is coming up is actually planned to or coordinated to align with the CARFA conference, and that's the 8th of May, where the Faculty of Medical Sciences, we will be launching what we call Cesar Cyrus Caribbean Museum of Medical History, the first in Barbados, a museum of medical history, where we'll be creating specimens and artifacts that would have been collected by the famed surgeon Sir Cesar Cyrus, who's originally from St. Vincent, but he's the quintessential Caribbean surgeon, Caribbean man, with the hope that gradually we'll expand this museum to create other important medical artifacts derived from here in Barbados and the Caribbean. A first for the University of the West Indies here in Barbados.
We're coming to that for sure. But thank you, Dr. Damien Kohal. He's the Dean of the Faculty of Medical Sciences. He's brought along with him two students, Rashad Tate and Akila Thomas. Akila is the president of the Medical Students Association. All of you, thank you very much indeed. I hope Thursday is a resounding success for all involved, including yourselves. All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome indeed. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
On 28th of April, we are having that big walk in support of autism. I want to encourage you to be there. It starts at 7 in the morning from the National Disabilities Unit at Culmore Rock. And registration is not required. You just turn up, you purchase a shirt, and you proudly step on the walk. Shirts for adults are $35. For children, it's $25. So do lend your support to the Autism Association of Barbados. And as you do so, remember, your funds go a long way in supporting the work of the association through empowerment of the people who are parents and children of autism indeed. And so I want you to be able to really get out there and do that as well. And I thank you already for your full support in lending your support, as you've been doing all month long, to the ongoing work of the Autism Association of Barbados. Big thank you to all indeed. All right, let's turn our attention now to a Bajan or Bajans afar, one of who is actually here in Barbados at the moment. And I want to make welcome Sabrina Moses. Sabrina, good morning.
Good morning, Pearson.
Good to see you.
You too, as well.
I would ask you in a moment why you're here. Don't answer me just yet. And is this Desriel and Ray? This is Desriel and Ray? Am I right?
Just Ray today.
I can't hear you. I'm not sure if you're muted on your end.
No, you should be able to hear me. Can you hear me?
And so I'm going to try to get you into my ear in just a moment so I can actually hear you. Tell you what, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I believe the matter is fixed now, and so let's hear from our gentlemen who are in Japan. And good morning to you, Ray.
Hi, good morning. Good morning.
No, say that in Japanese.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Back to you too. Thank you so much. Eli, good morning to you.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu and konbanwa from Japan.
What did you just say after the morning part?
Konbanwa.
What does that mean?
It means good night. So it's actually currently 7:45 in the evening over here.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so you've
That's
seen
correct.
the day has almost ended for you. Well, welcome, gentlemen, and welcome Sabrina as well. So why are they there and you here?
The beautiful question. I've decided to return to Barbados after 6.5 years in Japan. I think the chapter was closed and I had a beautiful time, so now I'm back.
Your chapter came to a close and so you're back.
Yes.
How was it for you in Japan?
I often said that being there felt like being in Barbados. Except when I looked around, I saw people that
did
not
not
look
like
like me. But it was a treat. In most cases, I spent 3 years in Hiroshima, and
You know, you hear so many stories about that location in terms of the nuclear episodes. Did that scare you at all?
absolutely not. As often as I could, I would visit. I lived 2 hours away from the site, and every time that I went to the city, because it's a World Heritage Site and it's surrounded by modern facilities, infrastructure, etc. It was just absolutely mind-blowing to stand in the presence of such an important piece of history.
Yeah, it still overwhelms you.
Yes,
I
yes,
get
yes.
you. But before going there, did you know Japanese, or you learned it while you were there?
I taught myself while I was there. Yeah. In my they have 3 sound systems, and in order for me to master at least the basics, I taught myself the first 2 sound systems over the first weekend I was there.
Whoa.
And then I continued learning the Chinese characters over the coming years.
Well done. You need to teach me something before we're done here, right?
Sure.
Ray, talk to me a little bit about your decision to find yourself in Japan.
Well, I've been on Mornin Barbados before a couple years ago. So myself, my wife came here through jet. Then Corona happened and returning became difficult. But that was okay because Japan is actually a lovely place to live and be. And we've been here for 7 years, I think. So I moved from Mie to Shimane, and I too am now 2 hours away from Hiroshima.
Wow.
But maybe in a different direction.
Yeah. I see, I could just get a peep of the Barbados flag right there over your right shoulder. That must mean so much to you to look at, right? Yeah, you see it? What does that mean to you to have that flag there?
Yes. A lot, actually. I have a bigger one in the main room, but this one is, I'll show you. It's part of my hobby. So I got into RC cars here. So whenever I go to competitions, I use this one. So everyone gets to act and see, and I get to tell people about Barbados, and they're usually very nice and receptive about it. So it means a lot to show y'all.
That's nice indeed. And so, Eli, talk to me a little bit about why you are there, and where are you, by the way?
Okay, so currently I'm in Chiba. Chiba is in the area called Kanto area, so therefore the greater Tokyo area. So Tokyo by train is about 1.5, 2 hours train ride, basically.
In terms of getting accustomed to the culture now, I get the language, you had to learn it. In terms of getting accustomed to the food, is the food similar in any way to what we consume here in Barbados?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You actually, as far as the food here, it is actually pretty mild and very good and nutritious. Actually, you actually have to taste. You taste a lot more of the vegetables. You taste a lot more of the healthy cooking that really goes into the ingredients. It's more balanced than anything here, which is absolutely delicious. Caribbean cooking is rich, really rich. And you can actually taste all the ingredients, but it's a little bit, a lot more spice.
The way we like it, so that's what it is, Eli.
Exactly.
Correct. And so what are you doing while you're there? Are you teaching? Are you involved in what other form of employment? What do you do?
Okay, just like Ray and Mary, I actually came here through the JET program. I came here on August 2nd, 2015. So this August will make it about 10 years since I've been here. I came here with zero Japanese, so slowly but surely we've actually taught myself how to really get around and how to really speak the language.
Mm. And so, Sabrina, when you went there for the very first time, did you say, "Oh my gosh, why am I here? I want to go home. I don't understand anything. I just want to go back home"? Did you feel that way?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
When I came out the third day, I looked around and was like, okay, I'm here. What next?
Yes.
Right? It wasn't a case of, oh, I'm dying to. That actually happened much closer to my time to return.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's been a wonderful experience. So there were no times when I felt at the beginning like I have to go back.
Talk to me about when the weather changes, though. I know we know hot, cool, and hotter, but you had winter and extreme summers as well. Talk to me about the weather.
Let's start with the summers.
Okay.
I would not advise anyone to visit Japan during the summer.
Why?
Because there are lots of storms, especially in the Hiroshima area, and they're prone to flooding, etc. It's extremely hot, much hotter than Barbados in terms of the humidity, and I had to battle with that as well.
Wow.
But when it came to the spring and the autumn, absolutely beautiful because of the fashion, especially. Oh, dear. Winter was a transition, a huge transition, but that transition was overcome with the sight of the snow.
Yes,
extremely gorgeous.
You would say that. Eli saw you agreeing earlier when Sabrina was talking about the don't come during summer. Is that is that the consensus?
I 100% agree with that because when it comes to the seasons here in Japan, it's all about intensity. Really about the intensity right here. So you get about 2, 3, 4 months of summer. On my first 5 years when I came to Japan, I lived in the northern region called the Tohoku region. So I live in a small town called Yorihonjo in Akita Prefecture. So that area is actually famous for the Akita Inu. Mm-hmm. So the Akita Inu, the dogs, and also is actually the Tohoku region is actually famous for very beautiful natural scenery and awesome festivals.
Wow.
However, when it comes to winter time, expect to be snowed in a lot.
Expect to be snowed in a lot. And I see where you seem to have a perpetual smile on your face, because it's like, I could live through any condition. You seem to be saying that in your head. Am I right?
No. No, I agree. I agree with all the seasons are all difficult at different times. Summer, yes, humid, but I feel as though I don't get enough of it. Winter, not most Japan homes, or at least the ones I've experienced, don't have central heating. So you have one room heated at a time with the kerosene heater or by AC. So when you leave that room to travel through the house, you feel the cold. So it took some getting accustomed to. So winter and summer were difficult. I was also smiling because I was wondering for a long time where the cheetah dogs were. Because there are many dogs in Japan, but most of them are Shiba. And I didn't draw the connection until Eli said that.
Well done, Eli, indeed. And so, Sabrina, let's talk about transportation here now. We know the bus, we know cars. What's transportation like in Japan? Easy? Difficult?
No, it would be difficult when you're first learning to read the signs. But I think they're so efficient to the point where if you are late in some areas, they will actually give you a ticket to take to work to say, I was the reason you were late. You give that to your boss, yes. It has happened to me a few times when I lived in a place called Iwakuni. This is just outside of Hiroshima. And their bus system is a little off from what is traditional in Japan. And many times I got there late because of the bus. And I had to give, to the point my boss called and said, you'll have to write a note beforehand to give me.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. So the bus driver
Yeah.
will give you a note that says, sorry, I made this lady late.
Yes, yes.
And so that's how it works.
Yes.
Generally, that's how it works.
Yes, that's what you would experience, especially in the more metropolitan areas. Right. In the countryside where I was, it may not be so common. But then we have the Shinkansen or the bullet train. Oh, it is.
Like a bullet.
Think of the Concorde on wheels.
And I've never experienced that. But I get the idea. It just
Right.
goes very, very quickly.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And so what about you, Ray? Did you have challenges with transportation or were you fine? Did you take the car, the bus, the train? What did you take generally to move around?
Bicycle or car. So I was lucky enough to get a used car when I arrived here in Japan. But I only use it when I'm traveling long distances, maybe an hour or more. But right now, I'm very lucky. I live within 3 minutes of where I work, so I can ride my bicycle there. Yeah, super lucky. I can ride my bicycle to work, and I usually ride it wherever I go, once it's within the city.
You see, we're showing on the screen right here, you know, the thing you have behind you there, that truck that you use often when you head out and about. And so that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah, that was in the winter.
Who's this eating? That's you? What is that you eat? Noodles? Is that your preferred? You're laughing.
No, this was an interesting experience. Behind me, you notice it's kind of like a tent.
Yes.
So this is an outdoor restaurant, but it was in winter. So in winter, they set up this tent, and inside you have a heater with you. So you're eating outdoors, but in a heated space.
And then you have to step back into that cold.
Yes, then you step back into the cold.
Eli, this is the kind of food you like to eat. You see it there on your screen. Could we go out to that picture for just a second? Because I want to show Eli what he loves to eat that is so lacking in spice. What do you see on the screen there, Eli? Does it look like food you would eat?
Some of it I definitely would eat for sure.
Sub. Only sub. All right, fair enough.
Only some at this point.
Fair enough. Would you recommend, Eli, would you recommend that more Barbadians do visit Japan and perhaps live and work there?
I most likely do, because Japan is one of the best places to work. Once you actually get accustomed to how the seasons are, and also the people are actually very nice and very polite here, and they're willing to help. So therefore, it is a great positive point. Another positive point to really add here is also how safe it really is. You can actually walk home almost all hours of the night technically, and no one can actually bother you.
Well, Ray and Sabrina are in total agreement with you both on nodding their heads off like Mr. and Miss Noddy. And so Sabrina, you know, it has been a truly wonderful experience. You went there on the teacher exchange program.
Yes.
And so I know there are many teachers who are watching because they're on holiday. They have a little bit more time on their hands. Would you recommend the program to them?
Absolutely. I would say if it's something that you're interested in doing, just go apply, because it's relatively easy. The process might take about a month, but you can get in once you submit your documents. Take the year, and if you don't want to stay, you can come back. They will pay for your return.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so if you got fed up, you want to come home, they'll send you home. Sabrina Moses, thank you so much for sharing your experiences from Japan. And you too, Ray Greenidge and Eli Clark. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us as well from Japan indeed. And how do you say goodbye? Matane.
Sayonara.
Yeah, all of that. Sayonara. Thank you so much indeed. There you go. At least I learned something from a song. All right. Thank you very much indeed. Morning Barbados takes a break. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
7 o'clock, let's take a look at the news now. There's been a call for parents to do more to keep their children away from a life of crime and violence. It comes from Member of Parliament for Christchurch West Central, Adrian Ford, who, along with several other MPs and constituents, held a march against crime yesterday. It took place in Mr. Ford's constituency in memory of 13-year-old Jonathan Chase, who was recently shot dead. Reporter Akeem Plinkett filed this report.
Minister Ford, flanked by other parliamentary colleagues representing neighbouring constituencies, appealed to parents to step up and do a better job. He says that the crime in this country is not in keeping with the Barbadian way and there is a need for an intervention. Mr. Ford wants parents to pay more attention to the activities in which their children engage.
I am now calling out on those parents, and I will say so in an unequivocal way, to take responsibility of their children. And it's simple as that for me. The church can only do so much. The schools can only do so much. The police can't be every single place at every single time. It is for us parents now, when they see things that they know is not the norm, when they are exposed to maladaptive behaviors from their children, to be able to say, my son or my daughter, this is not the way.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for Christchurch West and Minister of Planning and Development, Dr. William Dugid, says the country is now hurting due to the death of Jonathan Chase. He has called on the entire nation to consider different ways of conflict resolution to avoid such unfortunate events.
It's time to step back. It's time to find other ways to resolve conflicts. The gun is not the way. Let us resolve conflicts by discussing and coming to a conclusion that which we all can walk away from. And this is a march today to send that message across Barbados that we need to do better throughout this country. We need to do better as a nation, and we all must work together to be able to achieve a better Barbados. This is not the way.
Minister Ford also says that the government will continue to fight the crime surge and gun violence.
This solidarity is within the full scope of the Barbados Labour Party, and as the government of the day, we are saying we are going to work by not only walking in leadership, but in terms of partnership with the people of this country, because this scourge of crime must be not the way how we understand the normal way of Barbadian life. It must not be.
2 people are being questioned by the police in relation to Jonathan's death. Akeem Plinkett, CBC News.
Well, one woman had to be extracted from her vehicle by the jaws of life of the fire service on Sunday after an accident involving 3 vehicles. The vehicle in which she was traveling became sandwiched between a bus and a truck in the area of Prospect St. James. As a result, the road was impassable for hours as emergency personnel worked feverishly to rescue her. 3 fire service appliances responded to the scene under the command of Divisional Officer Marlon Small, Station Officer Damien Bain, 2 sub-officers and 12 officers. The woman was taken to the hospital by ambulance. Sugar Industry Limited has delivered approximately 39,000 tons of cane so far for this year's harvest season. This from Chairman Mark Seeley. Rachel Agard has that story.
Canes are being harvested and the trucks are rolling into Portville Sugar Factory in Rockhall, St. James, heavily laden. And the chairman of the Barbados Sugar Industry Limited, Mark Seeley, tells CBC News this year's sugar harvest has been going very well. He says this is the first year truckers own the bins used for hauling and tipping, as well as the trailers used for transporting the canes. Mr. Seeley says so far there have not been many challenges and the lines of communication remain open.
We've been delivering quite a lot of cane. Actually, we've had some very good days where we've delivered very close to 2,000 tons. and we did that for 3 or 4 days. So, of course, today is an off day. Today is Sunday, but we are hoping that next week, we can get back to delivering that kind of tonnage, which is good for the factory and good for us. So we want to congratulate the Portville team for doing a great job with the factory.
Mr. Seeley notes the contribution of cane for this year's harvest is from both the BSIL and the Agricultural Business Company Limited.
So far, we put in about, I would think, about 39,000 tons, all told for the industry. And we're looking at around 100,000 tons in total. So we still got a little ways to go, but of course I want to make it clear that the crop, the end of crop is not called by Barbados Sugar Industry Limited. The end of crop is called by Measles, who's the owner of the Portville team, the Portville factory.
Mr. Seeley remains confident that they will make their quota by the end of the crop. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
A local scientist says the recent outbreak of measles in the USA is a cause for concern. Director of the Center for Biosecurity Studies at the University of the West Indies, Dr. Kirk Douglas, says he's certain the Ministry of Health is monitoring the situation, given the rise in the number of cases reported daily. He says the MMR vaccine is given during early childhood to prevent the transmission of measles, mumps and rubella. He notes, however, that measles is the most contagious infectious disease known.
It has a R0 value of around 15, which really means that one person with measles can infect another 15 persons or so, which is pretty high, and hence why there is a really strong initiative to vaccinate children at a very early age. Now, not everyone who contracts measles will particularly have a severe course of disease, but again, you don't know if you will be that one person or that percentage of people who would be hospitalized, who would actually develop pneumonia or even die.
Let's take a look at sports now. With a come-from-behind 3-wicket win over the Leeward Islands Hurricanes, Barbados Pride ended as runners-up in the West Indies 4-day championship, thus claiming the $100,000 prize. Well, despite conceding a first innings lead of 129 runs, the Pride fought back to skittle out the Leewards for just 99 runs in their second innings, led by Ramon Simmons, 6 for 27, and Shaquille Cumberbatch, 3 for 17.
The Ministry of Youth Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people.
Win lifted Barbados Pride from 3rd to 2nd on 121.2 points, just behind defending champions Guyana Harpy Eagles 126.6 and ahead of the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force with 111 points. That's our news until now. More news coming up at noon here on CBC TV 8. Morning Barbados is back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 13 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's talk poetry now, indeed, in many ways, indeed. And so we're joined this morning by Lashawna Griffiths. She is the woman behind poetry. And she wears a hat, so you know a lot rests on your shoulders, Lashawna. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Pearson.
How are you doing?
I am doing well. It's nice to be here.
You're doing well. Poetry is also doing quite well, indeed, too. And that's because of the efforts of you and Akeem and your team.
Yes, please.
So talk to me about what it meant. You have with you, by the way, the third place winner, Dennis Augustine. So we'll talk to why he's the third place winner and why he's here. Is this him?
Oh. Third space.
Oh, third space.
Third space.
Oh, sorry. Third, my bad, my reading. You are leading third space.
That's right.
What is third space?
Third space is really, well, there's a concept in sociology called the third space. It's where we meet, where culture actually happens. The place between me and you, that is the third space where we have this, what they call a liminal zone, where culture is developed, where we make meaning together. And so we're creating a space where people of all different cultures here in Barbados can meet, facilitated by the arts, music, poetry, readings, perspectives, and we discover our culture together.
That's interesting. That could be an interesting space. It could be an upsetting space. It could be any kind of space.
Well, if you're mindful about it, it's also the place where we make safety together.
There you go.
Right? So it's the mindful creation of culture and space together is really what it's about. And the third space is a safe space as well.
It's the first I'm hearing of you. So talk to me a little bit more about how long you've been around doing third space.
Third space here in Barbados. Well, we've been doing third space at Hayman's now for just over a month. We're going to
probably move it around the country a bit. I've been in Barbados for the last 3 years. I'm born in Dominica, but this accent may betray my Canadian roots.
Yes, it does.
I lived most of my life in Canada, and then was a minister as a young man, and just continued some of what came from that background, and applied it with the arts to bring people together. And I think that the arts and music is a great way for us to discuss meaning and to create our lives together.
That's brilliant. And so, LaShawn, naturally the synergy works. You set the roots, you help the tree to grow, and Third Space helps it to be a space where all of us can be under the shade of the tree and enjoy that company. So talk to me a little bit about what happened at Hayman's Market Space on the weekend.
Wow, so yesterday, Poetry Barbados, we would have partnered with Third Space to have this cultural extravaganza at Hayman's. So we must say thank you very much to Hayman's for allowing us to have the space to do something like this. When we spoke to Dennis, and I heard what he wanted to do and what we're seeking to do at Poetry, which is to showcase the beauty of spoken word in different spaces and places that you may not traditionally hear poetry. We wanted to go on the north. And allow persons from the St. Peter area to hear what we have to offer at Poetry Barbados. And Dennis gave us this brilliant idea that let's do a cultural showcase the day before the season of Emancipation, where we highlight some of the facts of what would have occurred at Hayman's, because it was an old plantation, and also to allow people to learn a little bit about why today, being the 209th day of the Buster Rebellion, is so important. So we had a beautiful synergy where we had Barry Reed. Most persons know Barry, he's a well-known musician, and Zoe Sunshine. We had Rod on the flute, and then we would have mixed it with myself, Sam Sounds, Ashley, and a lot of the poetry cast. So it was a beautiful thing. And then at 4 p.m., there was more entertainment as we had the land ship there as well. So persons who came to Hayman's yesterday, they got to experience music, poetry, and as well as the land ship as well.
There you are, your element.
Yes. I was doing my favorite piece, Banana Man, backed by the band, Third Space Band. So we had a great time yesterday. And Barbadians came out, they enjoyed it. And that's what we're seeking to do, to take poetry around the island. Because we're Poetry Barbados, not just Poetry Christchurch, right?
Correct.
So we're taking it around, and I found that the response was really good. And persons want to see more of us in different locations around the island.
And then eventually taking the Barbados name through poetry abroad as well, I suppose.
Yes, we're open. Anybody that wants us to come, we're open to it, because our mission is to allow people to just see the talent that is here in Barbados, in spoken word and in the arts, because we have so many talented people here, and we want to push that far and wide. My big goal, as I told you, Pearson, is to have us, at Madison Square Garden, and have us at Kensington Oval, and have us at all these big spaces. And I think with the momentum we've had in the last year, it's possible.
It is indeed possible. What's your view of poetry in Barbados, Dennis, and spoken word?
I heard a young man speak, and I think it was Timon.
Timon, Anthropology.
Right, and after he spoke, I said to the folks, you don't necessarily have to go to church to hear prophecy. And I think that there are so few things like poetry and the arts where people can start to share really powerful words that hit you right in your heart before you process it intellectually. And that's what I think, I'm excited to have the poets there. I think that they fill that space as well. And it's a place where you can challenge as well. I mean, Hayman's Market used to own slaves. Today is the rebellion anniversary. And there in that place, we had messages around freedom, emancipation, social justice, and rights, about the stench of racism, and people challenging each other, but also then being that safe spot. So I think those are the sorts of things we can get across with poetry that I can't get across if I'm just preaching at you or lecturing you, but I can give you a piece of art that really shares my heart, and you feel what I'm talking about before you process it intellectually. So it's powerful.
That's right. We buy on passion, we rationalize. That's how we tend to do things generally as a people. And so I challenged Akeem when he was last here, Lashana, to do a similar thing with poetry to We Are the World, with the multiple artists who are doing different things, and yet somehow it's one common theme. I challenge you still to do so here.
You challenge me as well?
You too.
Okay.
So you get your collective together and do something similar. Pick a theme and a topic, a subject, something about which you all are passionate and you all agree, and then you do it. Spit it out and let me hear what comes out of that.
No problem.
Remember, it came from Pearson.
Yes.
Indeed. So what's next for Lashana at Poetry Barbados?
Well, what's next for us is that we're going to be having some more open mics around the island. So you guys can stay tuned and follow us on Poetry Barbados to see where next we go to. We normally don't release where we're going.
Okay.
Until close, you know,
To it,
because we
yes.
like to keep the surprise, but we want to go around the island, south coast, we want to go to the north, we want to go to the east, to the west. We're planning to go all around Barbados and just have these beautiful open mics and then have our signal event as well, moving forward throughout the rest of the year.
It really is a momentum that is building and growing. You're doing it very, very well indeed. And so from Third Space perspective, Dennis.
Join us each Sunday at Hayman's Market out by the bearded fig tree, the baobab tree,
Nice,
from 2 to
nice.
4 p.m. We are gathering. Bring your songs, bring your instruments, bring your poems, bring your books. Read for us, share from your heart, and let's make this new Barbados, this culture together.
Interesting indeed, and excellent indeed too. Dennis Augustine, he's from Third Space, and Lashana Griffith from Poetry Barbados indeed, and continuing to just travel Barbados indeed to inspire all of us to pick up a book and read one. But if you have something on your heart that you're passionate about and you want to tell others about it, share it through poetry. And let's explore the passion that we have for things good and all things possible. Thank you so much. All the best. You're welcome. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
23 minutes now after the hour. While we wait for our guest to be set up, I want to give you a riddle. I'm going to give you a riddle, as a matter of fact. And this riddle reads, every night I'm told what to do. And each morning I do what I'm told. But I still don't expect your scold. I don't escape your scold. So what am I? May I read it again? Every night I'm told what to do. And each morning I do what I am told. But I still don't escape your scold. What am I? That's your challenge. 228-5562 or 228-5563 to give me a call. Every night I do as I'm told. And each morning I do what I'm told as well, but I still don't escape your scold. S-C-O-L-D, scold. So what am I? Do you think you know? 228-5562 or 228-5563. That is your challenge if you should accept it. Every night I'm told what to do, and each morning I do what I'm told, but I still don't escape your scold. So what am I? So while you work that out, let's turn our attention now to this ongoing celebration of the Barbados Fire Service. They're marking 70 years of service to this island, and we are thrilled to work along with them to let you know what's to expect as well. So joining me now as we continue delving through the calendar of events, and I'll come back to that while we still try to resolve a matter there right there, but I just also want to remind you of the upcoming walk by the Autism Association of Barbados, and also that today, the live reenactment of the 1816 uprising at Golden Grove Plantation in St. Philip. I got the thumbs up. So let's turn our attention now to the Barbados Fire Service. 70 years is not a yesterday. 70 years is a generation, a lifetime for a lot of us indeed. And so joining me this morning as we look at this is Henderson Patrick, who is the Deputy Chief Fire Officer. Henderson, good morning.
Good morning again to you, Pierce.
Good to see you again as well.
Excellent.
And Patrick Edwards.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. The Divisional Fire Officer in Chief in charge of the Southern Division. Welcome to you as well.
Good morning. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. it's a no-brainer we should have you on. As I promised you back then that we will continue to work with you to sensitize Barbadians of what's going on. So what's going on?
You did that, and we thank you very much. When we had our last conversation, we made the point that we wanted to start off the celebration with giving persons in Barbados a perspective of the fire service from the time it started. That was 70 days out, so we started that on the 5th of February. And since then, we have had a number of ex-chiefs and other officers who came in and gave their perspective on what the fire service was like, what their experience was in terms of the equipment and the personal protective equipment and things of that nature, to give people a sense of where we have come from since 1955 to where we are today. So that is also ongoing, and we invite people to keep their eyes peeled for the presentations which are aired from time to time, so that people can get accustomed. They not only see those people who were part of the service, but they get to see and to hear what the fire service was like back then. This morning, the focus, however, is going to be on the activities that we're going to be having for the month of April and also May. And when we get the chance, Mr. Edwards will give his perspective, because he's very much in charge of the quiz, which will involve a number of schools. But to let others know that tomorrow we will be having our symbolic march. We spoke about that.
Yes.
And that's going to be taking place from where the last known fire station was located in Corey Street, just opposite the main guard of the Central Police Station. And we're going to be marching from there up to Probin Street, which was the home of the fire service headquarters in the Bridgetown Fire Station for quite a number of years.
So tomorrow's march starts at what time?
That's going to start around 3 o'clock in the
afternoon, the hot sun?
In the afternoon. Yeah, well, you know,
so I can't even come and stand there.
It ties in with the perspective of the fire service, because we're always in the heat. So
that's it. So join you in the heat. No problem. We shall join you in the heat. Yeah. And so you're leaving there in Corey Street. Yes, it is. And you're going towards Swan Street?
Yes, we're going to be coming down Prince William Henry Street, up Broad Street, cross Bridge Street, and then on to Probin Street. And once we have reached that stage, we are going to go on to Bethel. When we spoke on the last occasion, we indicated to you a signature event that we want to have. We've had to make an adjustment to that, which was having a monument established in the Freedom Park Square area. That will still happen, but we have pushed that event a little further down on the calendar.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you a little bit more about that. But once we have completed the march, we will have a Thanksgiving service at the Bethel Church, and that will begin at 4 o'clock. And afterwards, we will also have a march past, just to pay tribute to the senior commander of the fire service.
Oh, tomorrow's going to be exciting, folks. Tomorrow, seriously, from 3 o'clock in the afternoon, from Corey Street, we'll march along. We pass that little cross section there by Swan Street onto Prince William Street, make the left turn by the bank, and we go up Broad Street, up and go across the bridge to Probin, and then on to the Bethel Methodist Church, where there's a service at 4, and then the march past to close that day off. This is going to be spectacular. We've seen you in ceremonial parade before, so we know how precise you guys are when it comes to that kind of activity. So we can't wait for that. We want to encourage all of you in Bridgetown tomorrow. If you're busy shopping, come out of the shops and give the boys your support. If you are busy selling something, put down the produce for just a moment and give them your full support. Indeed, the Barbados Fire Service, 70 years of service, and they do excellent work in Barbados, up to just yesterday, saving the life, pulling a woman out of that mangled wreck. Indeed, and so we want to continue to recognize them. I mean, it's phenomenal, the work you guys continue to do. So that's tomorrow.
Yes. And just let me add, Pearson, that one of the highlights also will be our fire cadets, who will be having a contingent as well with the fire service. So it's not only the traditional firefighters that will be part of the march, but we will also have our junior fire cadets participating in that march as well. And what is also special to us is that a number of the parents of the junior fire cadets have taken on the responsibility of highlighting for us a number of important fires. We will have these placards identifying fires that occurred in various places in Bridgetown.
Right.
And the parents of the junior FA cadets, they're the ones who will be actually making the, holding the placards and making the displays tomorrow.
Are they going to be dotted through the parade, or are they at the end of the parade?
No, they're going to be located on various parts of the route.
Okay.
So I
like the
believe
Cave Shepherd
first,
fire.
Yes, the first one will be the Barbados hardware fire, and then we'll have the Colonnade Mall fire, Cave Shepherd, as you mentioned, Fogarty,
yes.
You know, all the way till we get to modern living.
Wow.
So that's something that we look forward to as well.
That's brilliant.
Tomorrow. Yes.
That's really going to be spectacular. So there's a lot happening tomorrow. We need to line the streets in support of the Barbados Fire Service 70th anniversary parade. It's kicking off from, or they're marching off really from Coleridge Street, where the main guard is, and they're coming the route up onto Broad Street and onward, and so we shall all be there in support of this indeed. And so this is part of the activities that they're having. Yes. Ending at Bethel Methodist Church for the church service, and then the march past as well to the chief. That's just one event. Yes. Mr. Edwards.
Good morning again, Pearson.
Good morning again, my brother. Are you ready for tomorrow's march? All worked out?
Well, I'm ready for the march, but I will be sitting and watching the march.
Smart man. You have the best spot indeed.
Absolutely.
So talk to me about some of the other events we can expect.
Yes, well, the event that I am going to be in charge of is the
quiz.
Primary school quiz. And, you know, as you spoke just now, you talk about 70 years. And when you look at the life of a person, for 70 years,
that's what God promised.
Absolutely,
years and
absolutely. But on the contrary, and in this particular situation, you're recognizing that this is another page that the fire service is turning, because we have a problem in Barbados when it comes to fires. And the reality is that when you really look at our statistics, so far this year, we've had 28 house fires. Now that is startling. And at the same point last year, we had something like 20 fires. So you're looking at it, when you really do the math, something like 7 house fires
more
per month. And Albert Einstein actually made the point that the height of lunacy is to continue to do the same thing and expect a different result. So what the fire service is doing, we are trying to target children in their very young stage, so that we might not reap the benefits today or tomorrow, but down the road, we can assure that we will have a safer Barbados. So we've joined alliance with the Ministry of Education and Sagicor Barbados, and we have actually decided to do this primary school quiz. And with the hope that once we inculcate the education in these children very early, then down the road we are going to have a safer Barbados, and that's what we are actually fighting for. So
when is the quiz?
The quiz actually starts the 8th of May.
Right.
And
it culminates with a final on...
Yes, on the 15th.
On the 15th.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, and of course, we will try to get that to TV, of course, so we can see those winners, those
looking
children
forward
here,
to that. Looking
what
forward
they've
to
learned, what they've learned indeed, and so that's a big quiz coming up among all of the primary schools. Your opportunities given to them?
That is our objective, but for expediency and for easy management, we've started with 8 schools this year, with the expectation next year to make it even wider. So
make it really
all of
national.
the primary schools that were not involved, we are hoping to engage them next year.
Yes.
But we are starting with 8 schools this year.
Nice. I can't wait for that. On the 15th is that final indeed.
Absolutely.
And this is just one of the initiatives that the fire service is doing to re-engage the community in a positive way. I know we're running some PSAs where I pass, the acronym PASS.
Yeah.
Pull, aim, something and sweep. Squeeze and sweep. You see, I'm learning it. That's how we children, we tend to learn by that method as well. So you're teaching us as it goes for self-protection and protection of our loved ones. What else can we expect? I know that's
right.
April
Well, one
May.
of the other major events that we are expecting for the month of May, around the 22nd of May, is our emergency drill. We expect to have a large-scale drill which will test the resources of the fire service and the capabilities. And we also want to engage other entities within Barbados that we work with, the police and the ambulance service and so on in this particular exercise. The primary reason really is to test capacity because and we're not necessarily associating it with the hurricane season, even though there may be an element that can be derived from the drill itself. But the whole idea is to test response and test capacity during that period of time.
That's good. That's coming up in May as well. So, folks, there's a lot to look forward to. But tomorrow?
Yes.
We're in town. We're going down to town. If you're not in town, you're going into town for 3 o'clock. That march that kicks off at 3 o'clock from Coleridge Street. It's going to end at the headquarters, the former headquarters, Probin Street. But then they're going on to Bethel for the church service and the march past. So we want you to line the route. Yes. Look out for the parents who are going to be using their placards to identify those spots where some major fires in Bridgetown occurred. And so we want you to learn from it as well. So thank you, gentlemen.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much.
I can't wait to see the spectacle of the march.
Thank you.
You included. So, Edison Patrick, Deputy Chief, and Patrick Edwards, Divisional Officer in charge of the Southern Division, reminding us of all the activities to mark the 70th anniversary. Of course, our invitation and door is always open to the fire service to tell us more as the time gets closer to each event. You're welcome. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
22 to the hour now, and the 11 plus is almost upon us. Not to put any fear in you 11 plusers, don't get scared, because you are already prepared and you're already doing very, very well. So to all of you, calm your nerves. It will be fine. It will be fine. But joining me this morning as we work our way up to the 11 plus and perhaps beyond is Margaret Grant, who is herself an educator. She's also a guidance counselor, and she is just a woman with a passion to seeing you succeed. So pay close attention, parents and children as well. Good morning, Margaret.
Good morning.
We're going to snap today to success, right?
Correct.
We're snapping to success today. So how do we begin the process of snapping to success?
Okay, so you have to create an acronym, SNAPS. And we want to look at routine, building routine. Today's topic is really looking at building healthy routines. And we want to help people. Some parents, sorry, I know some parents are actually, they probably have the program down packed already.
Yes.
They've actually put things in place. But then there might be some others who need that extra help, need that extra clarity in terms of how to really navigate right now. So today we're looking at sleep.
Sleep.
First S is sleep. It's important to have a healthy routine. When it comes to sleep hygiene, sleep is not just a matter of going to bed, but it's actually sleeping.
Rest,
getting that
for
rest. That quality rest.
So what do we do to make sure that happens?
Right. So in terms of that now, we want parents to have a routine. Create a routine during the week as well as on weekends. So now the 11 plus is coming up. Yes, any other exam, this can also work for. So you're going to create a routine, because I know some people tend to want to do all-nighters, which would be counterproductive. So have a routine. So you have, even just before, I know children will be on their devices, but if you can say, well, maybe just 1 hour before sleep time.
Close it down.
You close on that.
Put it away.
And then you have like a warm shower, or you can actually read a book for relaxation, read for leisure, or listen to some soothing music, something that will actually wind down. You're actually winding down now, okay? So once you get that organized, then you can go have your sleep, and this is real sleep.
But in all of that, move the devices away.
Correct.
Those things that will cause vibrations and so forth. For me, the windows have to be dark.
Yes.
I cannot sleep with moonlight. I just can't get it done. Lights coming into the room, I can't get that done. So for those children, you know your child. So you know if your child needs a dark room, allow them the dark space. A quiet, allow them the quiet.
Exactly.
So that they can rest.
And cool.
And cool. That's right.
As well.
The brain relaxes.
Fine. If you have a fan, fine, but it must be cool.
Right.
If you have blackout curtains, perfect. Okay? So the environment is important, and the behaviors are important.
Right.
So once you get that down pat, if you have to confiscate the device during the night, do it. Because you want the child not just to be in bed, but you want them to be resting, so the brain can do its work.
Yes.
While you're sleeping, the brain is working.
Yes.
Consolidating all the things that you've learned during the day, so that when you get up, all that is refreshed. You get up now more alert and with greater focus.
Right. So sleep.
Sleep, yes.
Sleep is important, parents.
Yes.
Sleep is important.
Quality sleep.
Right.
And then, nutrition. Having balanced nutrition. Now, if parents can actually create a schedule where they have an idea of what they're going to have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, it would really ease them a lot, where you can actually prep ahead, and at the same time, you're able now to see what you need and if it is nutritious or not. And I would think that for now, what some parents can do, they can actually look at the processed foods that they have there, the non-nutritious things that they've been using, and swap out something nutritious for something that's processed, okay? And or swap out a processed one for the nutritious one, right?
I get you.
Yes. And when they do that, you'll find that they're now able to think carefully, are these foods really helping my child's brain development? Are they really going to help my child with concentration and focus? Okay, so it's having things like oats and blueberries and yogurt and eggs and the green leafy vegetables and things like that, because you want that the nutrition is going to help fuel the brain. And then we have the A, the activity. Some parents tend to tell their children, you can't do any activities now, you have to study. But what's the brain without activity? What's the brain without exercise? We need that exercise. So we need to incorporate some. If you have to walk the dog together.
Go cycling. Go outside, play football with the boys.
Go on the beach, exactly.
Yeah, do things.
So do something that is activity oriented together. And then P. I want to introduce something called the Pomodoro technique.
What is that?
The Pomodoro technique, it is designed to help you organize your time so that you study for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break. And in that 5-minute break, you can stretch, you can just walk around, take a snack, whatever. All right, and then you go back for another 25 minutes. Take a 5-minute break, another 25 minutes, another 5-minute break, and then the last 25 minutes, you're going to take about a 30-minute break. Because after 20 minutes, the brain tends to want a break. And we don't want children to be studying for a whole hour or 2 hours. And then when you're finished, you can't even remember what you studied.
Yes.
So the important thing is to have that, use that Pomodoro technique. And in that case, so you can have a timer that the child can actually use, and they can organize that so that it's helping them to develop some discipline and some authority too over their time. Because when they set the time for the 25 minutes, then they know that they study X amount for 25 minutes.
Well, that's nice. So it's a routine you're building as well. So folks, don't be afraid to give the child a break.
Yeah.
They need little breaks. Don't stress them out to the point where you have to be in the exam room for a whole hour and you can't take a break.
Correct.
Give them little breaks so they refresh themselves. The brain relaxes just a moment and it's able to retain better what it is that you're actually putting in.
And the Pomodoro technique really works. It really works. And then the S. The next S is a schedule study plan, a study timetable. How are you going to study? Children are on holiday now. Yes, some of them go to lessons, but at the same time, what do they do when they are at home? If they don't go to lessons, how do they organize their time? So the thing is, organize the English, break it down. You can do some comprehension, you can do some grammar, do some reading, some vocabulary, etc. So you break it down in the same 25-minute slots so that they can actually, it can be more structured when it comes to the maths, the problem solving, etc. And in that way too, you can look at the areas that the child is having some challenges with so that they can actually focus on those areas as well and take them off as they get to manage them. And then the last S in the SNAPs would be stress management. How are you going to manage your stress? And if the parent can have a routine, you'll find that it is helping them to be less stressed as well. So in stress management, look at some things that you can do together. We mentioned walking the dog, walking, doing outdoors there, but you can also look at gardening and you can do some deep breathing exercises. Some we call box breathing, which I always recommend. Box breathing is something that you can do where you inhale for 4, you visualize a box in front of you, inhale for 4 seconds, pause, hold it for 4, release it in 4, and then you pause.
Us singers, that's what we do. I know what you're talking about. And so these are techniques which you teach as well?
Yes.
And so for parents who are watching who are saying, Margaret, I hear you, but I need help. I need help because I can't organize it in the way that you've explained it. How can they reach out?
But we actually have some online consultations this week, Camp Transition, and we, from today till Thursday, from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., persons can choose any time that they want, and it's only for 20 minutes each session.
Sweet. Look at your screen, folks. Look at your screen. Quick. Stop. Put on the soap. Come look at your screen, and you'll see all the information right there. Online Easter consultations, hit the bullseye. April 14th to 17th, 20-minute slots for each client, available between 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. for students primary, secondary, and tertiary levels. For parents, for local and international participants as well. But to do so, you need to look at the information, the contacts at your bottom. Smooth Transitions BB on Instagram, camptransition@gmail.com by email, or you can call Margaret at 250-1960, 250-1960. And get this, hit the bullseye indeed over the Easter period indeed. So we encourage you as much as possible to follow those directions and be it with Margaret and other facilitators as well. From the 14th right through to the 17th, just 20-minute slots, easy so. And you get it all done. You give your child the best start in life.
And snap to success.
And well done, Margaret. You get it me, you get it me. Well done indeed. So to all of you, we want to encourage you to continue doing so. Margaret, thank you as always.
You're welcome.
For being so focused and so persistent in what you're doing, because I think we've seen the outcomes already. We met the young man from the St. Michael's School before. And so we know what the benefit is from your program. So well done to you and your team.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. We're coming back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment, Bridges Television.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We are 11 minutes to 8 o'clock, and we still have more to talk about this morning right here on Morning Barbados, but I still have a question outstanding. If you don't get it right today, it's tomorrow's question as well. So the question is, every night I'm told what to do. Each morning I do what I'm told, but I still do not escape your scold. What am I? That's the question. Every morning, every night, I'm told what to do, and each morning I do exactly what I'm told, but I still can't escape your scold. But what am I? 228-5562 or 63. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Pearson. What's going on?
Oh, all is well. How are you doing?
I good.
Well, good to hear you. Who's calling?
This is Rodney.
Rodney from?
From Goodland.
Rodney from Goodland. All right, Rodney from Goodland. Give me an answer.
Goodland, St. Michael.
I know that, Rodney. So tell me, give me an answer.
Alarm clock.
I beg your pardon? That doesn't make sense. Explain that to me because it doesn't make sense to me. So tell me.
Oh, I mean, well, I just said it for the night.
Uh-huh.
He got alarm in the morning as I said it to do.
Uh-huh.
And I don't like it. How are you going to get it
I have to so do it, so why can't you? Rodney, you're absolutely right. Well done. You stumped me, man, Rodney. Well done, okay?
Thank you, my brother.
My brother, you too. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Rodney of Goodland, St. Michael. I like him. Rodney's a cool guy. All right, LaSasha Lane, the PRO of the St. Joseph Parish Organizing Committee is with me. Good morning, LaSasha.
Good morning, Pearson.
Good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
And we're going to
as
talk
well.
about what happened too in just a moment. You brought along with you Sharon Cook, who is the curator of the Andromeda Gardens. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning.
Good to have you as well. And I see you've brought along some of the things that you touch and make bloom.
Yes.
And that's what you do.
Oh, I try. I do try. It doesn't always work.
Here's your brother. It doesn't always work, but I try. Let's Sasha talk to me because boy, oh boy, what a weekend.
We had a very active, very good weekend. We had surfing, as you know, surfing down Soup Bowl. It was a well turned out event, so that was really good. And we had our fun day /Q.
Yes.
So that was something to see.
Everything worked this weekend for you guys in St. Joseph. Well done.
Yes.
Well done indeed. I mean, that's the organization anyway, to pull it all together, to let people know it's on and to make it work by providing the ambience that we're looking for, because we're looking for an adventure, you know.
That's right.
And I'm glad so many people found St. Joseph.
Yes, they did. They did. Lots of cars. I could not believe when I saw all the vehicles.
Amazing. When I saw the pictures and the videos, I thought, wow, I'm so happy for you guys, honestly. Really, really happy. So what's coming up?
So today we have something that I'm sure is a good memory for the CBC crew. So we have Cocoa Hills AgriFest Street.
Did you see the video we showed?
I did.
The Great Fall.
The Great Fall. So we're encouraging persons to bring their sneakers, walk the trails. Mamu, she has a really good concept there for food conservation and stuff like that. So we're encouraging persons to come out. It's an open day from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. So come out and enjoy the views, enjoy the knowledge, education, good views.
And there's so many different plants and food crops that he has planted throughout the vegetation that's there as well. So it's a really lovely place. Cocoa Hill Forest in St. Joseph. Get lost as I have and find it. I was found, and you can find it too. But it's beautiful, and it gives it that equatorial feel. You know, it's damp.
Yes.
It's not dark, but it's dark. It feels good, but you climb up to a point and you can oversee the East Coast. It is beautiful up there.
A really good view.
I'm telling you, outstanding indeed. So that's today?
That is today.
From 10 o'clock this morning.
10 a.m. until 4 p.m.
All right.
Encouraging persons to come out.
Yes. Andromeda, when can we come visit you during this month?
You can come anytime you like. But, okay, so it starts on Thursday for our open day, but we are continuing the open days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 9 o'clock. The first 10 people will get a plant, but I'll talk about that in a moment. So we are doing free guided tours, 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. The guided tours concentrate on majestic monarch butterflies and our pollinator paradise. So it takes people on an adventure because that's the theme. So we start at Rochelle's Garden. Where we're going to be having our main event on Sunday, which is about planting for monarch butterflies and planting for bees and birds. What we're going to do Thursday, Friday and Saturday, we're going to take people from Rochelle's Garden, a wonderful adventure through Andromeda, because we're taking them down to the bottom part of the garden. So it is an adventure. I mean, as we walk, we will talk about whatever they want to talk about. We're going to to try to focus on the wildlife. We're taking them down to our infinity deck, which is inside our ethno-botanical garden, which is all about heritage, our cultural heritage and our natural heritage. The infinity deck is located in our pollinator zone, where we have so many plants, lots of plants that are native to Barbados that are also attractive to pollinators, such as bees, birds and butterflies. So we take them down there, we have a look, we go, wow, look at the butterflies. Not necessarily in that silly accent, but we go, wow, look at the butterflies. We might even have a little competition about counting the butterflies or something. How many different species can we see there? And then we walk back a different route. The first 10 people who come will get a plant, and they have a choice of plants. They can either have a milkweed plant, which is this plant here.
That's the milkweed.
That's milkweed. This is for monarch butterflies. Monarch butterflies only lay their eggs on milkweed, so you don't have to worry about caterpillars eating all your lovely plants and things like that. They only eat milkweed. So we have this, which we want them to grow so it gets the flower and the seed. That's a taller one. We have Cosmos, which is for the bees and the butterflies. And we have Zinnias, which is for the birds, bees and butterflies. So they can have a choice depending on what pollinator they want to attract into their garden.
I just wish we had a lot more time to talk about this, so we need to have them back to talk about this, because I'm so fascinated by what you do and the different plants, because who would have thought? I don't know the names, I just see bush, but it's more than just bush. It's beautiful, and the function that each plant has in terms of pollination and it's just amazing. But I know coming up on the 19th, I want to begin to tease people about that, which is this weekend coming.
This weekend coming on Saturday. We're starting the morning early, 7:30. So we have our fun ride and walk. And that is 7:30. Meet us at Grantley Adams School. We're going to walk. We're heading down to Bathsheba area. During the day, we have lots of teaser events in the day. So Tour Barbados, if you're interested in that. We have a treasure hunt during the day as well. In the afternoon, we have our market event, which will be Bathsheba by night. So we're encouraging persons to come down. There'll be lots of arts, craft, food, drinks. So we want to encourage persons to come down.
Boy, listen. See that information on your screen, everybody? That's the information you need to grab hold of, indeed. It's going to be fantastic, indeed. The market event is happening
Bathsheba on the 19th, Saturday.
At Bathsheba, that's where it's going to be. I know you have there on the 19th the Family Fun and Oldie Goldies night, but that's really at Bathsheba, and so we want to encourage you. So we'll continue to talk a little bit more about this as the days draw nearer.
Yes.
It is after our Holy Week. It's Adventure Week as well in St. Joseph.
Yes.
And so we want to encourage all of you to be a part of it. I wish to have more time. I shall have more time with you, I promise you, before the week is done. So we continue to bring this to everybody's attention. So thank you, LaSasha Lane, PRO, and thank you, Sharon Cook, Andromeda Gardens, for coming by and bring us up to date on what's happening. But I shall have both of you back because I need to continue some discussion with you. So thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount. Sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I just saw what I thought was one of the funniest responses to the question about, you know, every night I'm told what to do and each morning I'm told what to do, blah, blah, blah. Someone actually wrote and said to me, husband. I thought it was so funny. Not an alarm clock, but a husband. I love it indeed. Folks, that's the fun we have on the morning. And remember always to share the show, bring someone else along with us, with you. Let them also come join the action. That's our time today. Our little crew says to all of you, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.